Hey everyone, welcome back to EverQuest. It's not Gnarlo today. This is his cousin Gnarla, and I guess she could be a cousin. The dwarves and the gnomes are cousins, aren't they? Gnarla is a beginning level character I started up. I've got a friend who's playing, who decided to give the game a try and started out a new character. Never played it back in the day, so they're going to give it a try. So I made a beginning level character to kind of go along with her. This right here is the first screen. Well, when you boot up the game and you actually start it up, there's an introductory kind of introductory sequence. It's narrated, but it's still shots, screenshots, paintings, whatever you want to call them, of you are being taken prisoner by the Gloomingdeep kobolds. The Gloomingdeep kobolds have dug out some caverns near your hometown. You were given a message to go to the capital, and you got captured by them on the way, and you're being held prisoner here. And you've been beaten into unconsciousness. And once that introductory is over, you hear a voice saying, "Hey, are you okay?" And you wake up to see this big barbarian brute named Arius, who is sharing the cell with you, because who doesn't want to get woke up in their jail cell by a big beefy barbarian guy? Okay. So as you see, you regain consciousness, and you click OK. This is the first screen that comes up. Movement temps is the WASD movement. Mouse look, this is how you scroll in and out, of course, with the wheel. Duck, hold browse, looking around, all the basic, basic commands. If you're running at the 1280 by 720 resolution that I use to record these episodes with, this is the way your screen is going to be laid out. So you click OK, it continues on with it. Area says, "Relax for a moment. I just set your ribs back in place after the kobolds left you here. You're lucky to be alive." That tells you to check the chat window to see what he's saying. And down here, main chat, whenever you are conversing with an NPC, this is where what they're saying to you is going to be. And this is where usually you're going to click down here and type back your responses. Okay? So we continue on. It tells you to do stuff, tells you how to use the arrow keys, mouse look. I said going on. It gives you your target screen, explains what that is to you. Okay, then you have to hail him. What you do is you click on him, get him in your target, and then hit H. Be very careful. My friend who was playing did this, accidentally hit the Q. Q is now auto attack. It used to be the A key. It was even more easy to hit because you had to type slash and hail. Now you just have to hit H, but be very careful when you have an NPC if not to hit the Q button when you have them targeted, because if you do, you will auto attack them and they will kill you. Okay? And that is however an EverQuest tradition. I think every newbie, myself, my brothers included, we all died at some point within the first 30 minutes that we played, by either trying to hail a guard or hail our guild master or hail a merchant and being beat to death by them. So let's go ahead and hail them. As you see, he's talking to you. Says, "I want to escape this dungeon." So you have to type the word escape back to him. I like to role play, so I always try and put it in sentences, but the sentence has to have the word escape. I want to escape. Okay, so he gives you your first task. This is like your quest. Your first task is jailbreak. And to jailbreak, we're going to have to get out of that door. We're going to have to kill the Gloomingdeep jailer, take his key, and then give it to Arius. So let's accept that. So you see, that goes into our quest journal. So we have jailbreak. And as you complete each step, it will turn green. So the first one is done. That was to speak with Arius. So our next step is find the Gloomingdeep jailer. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this with the little box. The little box minimizes and maximizes it. Okay. So we're going to click OK. He's opened the door for us. And right up here, this is how you open and close the quest journal, as you see. It's minimized, so it's just coming up as a little bar, but there you go. Alright, he's telling us we have to go out, try to find the Gloomingdeep jailer. So let's go on out. We're in the slow jail area. Let's look around, see where he's at. There he is. Almost as if I knew where to find him. There he is. He is a kobold, the Gloomingdeep jailer. As you'll see here in a second, it's going to give us task stage completed. We have found the jailer. And if we go back to the journal, you see the find the jailer has turned green now. So now we need to kill the jailer. Okay, he says, I'm following you. Together we should be able to kill the jailer. So let's go on down here. Once again, you want to click on him to target him, which we have done. There's our target. And then you're going to hit Q. And we start attacking him. And Arius is going to attack him as well. We got to get closer. We're too far away to hit him. There we go. Alright, he falls to the ground. So we're going to loot the body. Loot the body. You want to target him. As you see, the corpse up there is now in the target. And then the word is blinking, the corpse is in the target, and then you right click on the corpse. And the corpse opens up, shows our inventory screen. You can either click loot all, or you can just click on the key. Bring it over here, let's drop it into our inventory, okay? And close those windows. It tells you got to give the key to Arius now, so that he can use it to escape. So you bring it up, bring up the key, click on Arius while you got the key on your cursor. It brings up the give screen, so then you click on give. And that ferocious sound you heard right there is your first ding. That is the sound you get every time you level up. You've finished your first quest and you've finished your first level. So you're now welcome to level 2. Alright, so that was the entire beginning sequence here. This right here is a instance. It was just you and him. Nobody else is here. It's a private instance, and as soon as you click OK, then you go to the Gloomingdeep Slave Revolt, which is an actual public instance, and you'll see some other beginning characters running around in there too. So let's go ahead and click on OK, and it's going to loading please wait and take us into the mines of Gloomingdeep. Alright, here we are in the mines of Gloomingdeep. You see, we've got kind of a sinkhole here. Big open area leads down into the cave. There are some other cave tunnels that lead out of here into other areas. And right here is Arius, the revolt leader. He has led you here into this cavern where all the other escaped slaves are. And you've been given 2 new quests, the Revolt of Gloomingdeep and Basic Training. And it tells you to hail Arius or the guard to continue. And if you pull up the quest journal, you'll see now that you have been given Basic Training and the Revolt. Here's the Basic Training. And once again, it gives you steps. You've got Hail Areas, learn about your training, Hail Ebsor. Basically, it sends you all the way around, and each one of these people has something that they want you to learn from them. Okay? As you go down, you also have these options down here. Make sure you do these options as well before you finish the quest. Because if you don't do these, you can still do them by clicking on the people and they'll still give you the quest, but it's hard to remember to do them without these reminders here. Okay? So you want to make sure that you actually click on all the other NPCs and ask them, and they send you on a quest too that teaches you important things about the game. And it's nice to have it while it's here in a reminder. As you see, this first quest is going to be, you're going to find path, weapons, armor, map, spells. Each one of these people, communication, hotbars, trade skills, merchants, banking, achievements. Each one of these is going to tell you about some part of the game that is good to know about as a beginning player. Okay? And when you finish, it's going to go over here in your quest history. For instance, you see right there, jailbreak. In Jailbreak, it's all done, it's listed in quest history, and it tells you when you completed it. Alright. So you're going to walk up, you're going to talk to Arius. Once again, same as before, click on him to get a target, and then hit H. As you see, he tells you about find. So we'll go ahead and do that one first. He's going to tell you you're going to find, and he wants you to find Absol. So you click on find, and you're going to look here, you're going to try and find Absol. And when you find his name, you click on it, and a little magical glowing path appears in front of you that's going to lead you right to the person. This is a big change. Back in my day, as you remember me saying so many times, you didn't have the little magical path that would take you right to the person. You actually had to look for them. So you come over here to Absol, and then you click on him and you hail him, and you get his quest. Alright, we're here back in front of Arius again. We have completed that mission. Actually, we've completed a good number of them. Let's go to our quest history. Here's basic training. As you see, as you do it, every single one of these will turn green, mark done, and be checked off until you finally finish it. And the basic training goes from current task back over here to quest history. See, there's basic training. There's our jailbreak. And we've completed those. It just occurred to me, however, that I don't think y'all have actually met Gnarlo, have you? She is a fine, fine, beautiful young lass. Fiery redhead, as you see. She has some extremely nice attributes there. Everything that you could possibly expect from a charming and beautiful young dwarf lass. Isn't she just absolutely a beauty? Always been partial to redheads. There we go. I am actually going to... There we go. As you see, she is a level 4 cleric. We've completed a number of quests now. She's about halfway through 4th level. When you finish his basic training quest, he's going to tell you that you can stick around and help out with the slaves, with the slave revolt, or that you can leave Gloomingdeep through, he says, the cave that they've dug out over there behind the waterfall. And as you come over here, you will see there's the cave. If you run through that, it zones you into Crescent Reach, which is the other beginning area. But as a tip, I hate the word pro tip. You know, I hate pro tip, but we're going to give you a pro tip here. As a tip, you can stay in the Gloomingdeep caverns here actually up until level 15. There are quests and things to kill. The quest and everything will take you up until like level 10 or level 11. At which point, after you've finished completing all the quests and you hit level 10, they're going to suggest that you leave. They're going to say, you've done all you can here. We would suggest, you know, you need to leave and continue the fight and all that. But you can stay here until you're level 15, as long as you don't leave through that cave over there. If you do leave the cave, you can always come back as long as you're level, I think, less than level 10, certainly. And maybe if you are level 10, you can still come back. But you can always get back in here on the character screen. The beginning screen, you'll see a button that says Enter Tutorial. And if you click on that, it'll bring you back in here into the Gloomingdeep caves. But I would suggest you stay here. There's a lot of quests. There's a lot of good information that you can get, and also by the time you leave, if you do all the quests and with a little bit of luck and everything, you'll have a complete suit of what they call Gloomingdeep armor. Let me open up my backpack here. Just completing the quest will give you this set of armor. Piece by piece. Those are the sleeves, the breastplate, and these are excellent pieces of armor, the whole Gloomingdeep set. You can eventually get a piece that will fit each, a wrist piece, shoulder piece, neck piece. You can get a cap, a piece of armor basically for every one of your armor slots. Completing basic training gives you this, the Kobold Skull Charm, which, as you see, gives you 10 hit points, 10 mana, and gives you a nice little boost already. 5 wisdom, 5 intelligence. That is a nice little charm. It's going to be quite a long time until you find a charm that will beat that. So, like I said, you want to hang out here. Some of the other quest rewards you get is doing the hot bars, for instance, gives you this worn totem, which is in one of my bags. As you see, I've been killing a lot of rats lately. Let's see, where's the worn totem? There we go, the worn totem. What that does, that'll give you a blessing of swiftness. And you can drag it out of the bag, stick it over here on your hot bar, and what you do when you click on it, or right click on it, hello. I guess it actually has to be in your inventory, perhaps. Let's move it into an actual inventory slot, get it out of a bag, shall we? There you go. It's got to be in an actual inventory slot. It can't be in a bag, but it gives you 5 minutes of increased run speed. So you get to move around the caves a good deal faster than what you would have been moving around on your own. And you can click on it and get that run boost every 10 minutes. And it lasts for 5 minutes. So you can spend half your time running around much, much faster. Another person to get, like I said, if you actually complete the whole thing, one of the optional people you can go to is the banker. And if you don't do the option, or if you don't talk to anybody, you'll miss out on the fact that when you bring it up, he gives you an extra backpack. When you first get it, there is a backpack inside the bank here, so you definitely want to grab, if nothing else, talk to the banker, open up his screen, and get that extra backpack out of there. But like I said, each and every one of these people has something important that they can give to you. The spell guy over there, talking to him, he will give you one of your first level spells if you're a spellcaster. The armor person over here, if you go in and you do the quest, and down in there are spiders, and the spiders drop silk, and all the silk that you bring back, you don't go sell it, bring it over here and give it to her, and for all the pieces of silk, she will give you a piece of the Gloomingdeep armor here that you can then equip. And if you stay here long enough and you end up with all the pieces, you can then take the armor, continue giving it to her, and take the armor pieces and sell them to the merchant, and you'll get more money selling things to the merchant than you will be just selling the silk to the merchant. So that's a tip as well. One of the other tips is when you are going down here, in the caves and everything, you are going to find barrels, especially in these first two caves. There is a barrel there, there's a barrel there, and there's a barrel over here. And then up in this cave, which as you see as you go along, this guy has missions for level 4 and up. This guy has missions for level 6 and up. So as you go deeper in the cave, you find higher level missions. There's another barrel there, and a barrel over here. And what you want to do with the barrels is you can target them like that. You target them just like you would a monster, and then you can either start hitting them and eventually smash them open, like we're going to do with this one. There you go. Smashes open. Loot the body just like you would if it was a monster. And as you see, you find things inside them. Silver and copper came out of that one. And then it will disappear, and then in about 5 or 10 minutes, it will reappear. It'll respawn. So these barrels are very good things for you to do. The other thing is make an open button. Over here on your actions, if you go to the socials, you'll find one of them is open. Well, actually, no, my bad. Go to right here. Yeah, click on the second one, the abilities page. And when you click on an empty button, it's going to show all the different abilities that you have. Click on open and drag it over here and make an open button. And then you can drag it down here onto your bar. Okay? I'll show you how to do it. See, click on it, makes an open button. Then you click and hold. It comes on your cursor, drag it down here and click it on the bar, and boom, you've got a button called open on your bar. I'm going to get rid of this one because I've already got one. Instead of bashing the barrels, click the barrel, target it, and then click open. And it'll actually open the barrel. And then you loot it just like you did before, loot the body. And there we got 3 silver out of it. So while you're moving through these caves, you definitely want to loot all the barrels that you come across. And every time you pass a barrel, loot it. If it's up, loot it, because you're going to find stuff. You're going to find, some of them are empty, but you're going to find money. You are going to find arrows. Like there's arrows. Oh, and I found another small bag. So you loot those. And the small bags, let's see which one it went into. Did it go into one of those? Yeah, it probably went into this bag here. Small bag, it'll go in one of the bags. You can drag it out, put it out here, and now all of a sudden you've got another small bag. It just keeps increasing your inventory space, which, especially if you're playing free, is very important because you've only got, I think, 4 inventory spaces. So anything that increases them is very, very important. Okay. You will also find some of these bags also, some of these barrels also have bows inside of them. And the bows you can take up here and sell to the merchants for a little over a platinum. So there you go. Bring the silks back, trade them into the armor person, bring the bows and other items back, sell them to the merchant. Make sure you open up the banker, get your extra backpack, go around and talk to all the people, do their quests, get the totem, get the skull. And like I said, just hang out here, keep working on these things until you get up to level 10 at least, and you've finished all the you have finished all the quests and everything they do, and you will be a well-rounded, very well-equipped, and possibly for your level fairly financially well off, because you should have quite a bit of platinum. One of the pages that I got this information from looking on several different web pages, where tips for newbies, tips for beginning players, tips for people coming back. When I first started playing this game back 13 years ago, they didn't have a newbie area like this. You just created the character, it threw you into your hometown, and you just figured out things as you went along. There wasn't the newbie armor like this purple stuff. You didn't have all these quests to run that explain stuff to you. You just had to figure it out. So enjoy it. It gives you a little boost, a little extra oomph to get into the game and going on there, and you be in a pretty good shape whenever you get out. One of the people that I read the newbie tips and all, he said he hung out in here until he was 15th level. So way back in the back of the caves, there's a couple of monsters that you can kill until you get up. They continue being green to you up until you're like 14th or 15th level, and you finally get forcibly kicked out of here. And he kept grinding and said whenever he came out, he had all the items here. He had all the full set of armor, and he had 1,000 platinum on him whenever he got out, because he stayed in here and just kept grinding stuff and killing things. One last tip, Friznik over here, he's the one that explains trade skills to you. You can hail him. He's gonna, the message says rat steaks. You can do this quest as many times as you want to. So let's say rat steaks. He's going to give you the ingredients to make rat steaks. So let's throw these in here. He's going to give you a piece of rat meat. He's going to give you a jug of sauce. Then you need to come over here, click on the oven. It is going to open up the trade skill window. You can either search the recipes for rat steak by writing rat steak. You've seen us do this whenever we were doing the jewelry. Now rat steak comes up. There it is. Click on it. Hit combine. Boom, you've made a rat steak. So throw it in here, and you've got delicious rat steak. You can do this as many times as you want to. I don't think you actually get skill for it anymore. Used to be, I think they can kind of consider it a bug now. You could keep doing it and doing it and doing it until you got up to 15th level, and it costs you absolutely nothing. You got 15 skill in bacon. And it was easy way. Now I don't think they give you any skills, but what you do get, if you keep doing it long enough, is a pile of delicious Gloomingdeep rat steaks. So you can get a stack, as many stacks as you want to fill up your space with, of free food. So there's another little tip for you as you go along. And you could immediately talk to them again, say rat steaks, and make another rat steak and keep filling it up. I don't want to do too many of them. I'll probably make about a stack of them while I'm in here. So I'll have a stack of food whenever I finally leave. But free food, can't shake a stick at that. The only thing better than that would be free beer, and I haven't found anybody that gives that yet. Alright, one more little interjection. I'd almost forgotten. Knew there was something I missed. When you talk to Raitan, not only does he give you your original spell, but he also gives you a bless. He tells you that he would like to be blessed, so you say the word bless to him. Okay. And he casts this blessing on you. See, it's a 27-minute effect, and it increases your armor class and your hit points. So it's a pretty good blessing that he gives you. Get through all his tutorial stuff. There we go. So he gives you this blessing, lasts 27 minutes. Last tip, when it wears off, come back here, say bless, hail him, and say bless to him again, and he will cast it on you for another 27 minutes. So it is a very good buff to have. Pretty high powered. As you see, it increases your hit points by 91 points, which is significant, and it boosts up your armor class as well, so you don't get hit as often and as hard. So remember that too. Every 27 minutes when this wears off, come by, hail him, say blessed, and he'll cast it on you again. So there you go. Like I said, just some beginner tips, newbie tips if you're planning on playing the game. And I guess that's it. Hopefully you'll find it interesting. Give it a shot. And like I said, it is old school, as you've seen in some of the things that Gnarlo's been doing. It is very old school. It's very grindy. Not everything, once you get out of the beginning areas, you're not going to find a whole lot of quests like this to do. It's going to be much more just killing monsters, killing monsters, killing monsters, and killing monsters. But there are still some fun quests, and there's some fun places to go and see. But there's some tips to get you through the newbie instance and your first 10 levels of the game, and have you well equipped for whenever you go out into the big wide world of Norrath.